Welcome back to Gossip Break, the cherry on top of your day. I'm one of your hosts, Bree.
And I'm your other host, Becky.
Happy Friday, girls, and happy NICOLANDRIA Celebration Day.
Oh gosh, I'm already coughing. Just as a fair warning, y'all, I have been fighting for my life. So I have a cup of tea next to me. You might hear a little hem in the background. I'm just gonna try to talk very slow and steady and not get
Good luck with the
excited.
stuff we're talking about.
I know, I already got excited and had a coughing fit. So
Give Becky grace. She's a trooper right now. She has a sinus infection, an ear infection, and COVID.
no,
She's still on here talking about NICOLANDRIA.
please give me a break. Like, this is a woman dedicated to her craft, which is why we're not doing YouTube this week because, frankly, I don't have it in me to be seen by the public.
No
So,
thanks. We're here looking like rats, and this is the best way.
right.
Rat
So,
behavior while we gossip.
give us some grace. We're gonna get into the Nicolandria of it all. I'm so excited. We're gonna get into Casa Amor. But
Woo!
before we do that, make sure you're following us on TikTok, Instagram, and Threads at Gossip Break Pod. Wherever, however you get your podcasts, make sure you are following us or subscribe to us there. And we have so many new listeners and followers,
Hi, girls.
and I'm so happy. And yeah.
TikTok has finally been working for us after
Oh my
crying for the
gosh.
past year that every time we post a video, the haters come. But we're finally finding our girls. If you're from TikTok, I love you already. Thank you so much for having nuance, having rationale, being a logical queen.
Yeah, being a real reality TV anthropologist, which requires critical thinking skills, because for a long time, the TikTok algorithm, I'm sorry, found the most shallow thinking people watching reality TV, and they came to our page and blew us up.
But without further ado, let's get into these stories because we have some pop culture stories today and we have like 6 episodes of Love Island to cover. So we need to get into it. Let's start us off with our first story. Anna
Whew,
Wintour is stepping down from Vogue after 37 years as the editor in
crazy.
chief. I've never really known Vogue without Anna Wintour, so I'm excited to see what it could be like because I've just always had it, kind of as a stable structure in my head. So I think
hmm
it'll be cool to see it as something else, but I'm hoping that it doesn't flop.
I'm actually so ready for Anna to be gone. It's time for mamas to retire. I'm sorry. When's the last time a Vogue magazine made you stop in the grocery aisle?
Never. It's time. It is time, especially when every year she shows up to the Met Gala looking like that.
Right. Like it's time. It's
Bob in a blazer calls it a day.
yeah, with that bob, she said, hang it up. Like I'm done here. Which an icon in her own right. Like she is literally a pillar of the fashion community, of the media community. But I want something fresh. I want something new. The other Vogue covers eat America up every single time.
Yeah, it's time for us to be back on top.
Yeah, like get the girlies on top. I saw a TikTok of what Vogue covers looked like before and after Anna,
Mhm.
and it was real models, which is like fine because now models are kind of celebrities too, but now it's very celebrity focused. Vogue is just a celebrity and fashion magazine, which is fine as a pop culture girly, but it is interesting to see that that is her impact, that she leaned really heavily into like celebrity.
Yeah,
Like
that's interesting. I wouldn't have thought that of her, but it does now that I'm thinking back on it, it does because yeah, I'm like thinking of the Kim Kardashian eras and yeah, there is a lot of
she loves
celebrity
Kim.
focus. Yeah, she does. I feel like Kim is always surrounding Vogue somehow lately.
Yeah. Like she loves the influencers. She loves Emma Chamberlain. She's an IG girly. I don't know why or how, but she is one. So I'm excited to see who the next editor in chief is. It does say that she will remain as Condé Nast, which is the general
Mhm.
publication, as their chief content officer as well as global editorial director at Vogue, continuing to see the fashion magazine's worldwide output.
I'm excited to see what is going to come from it. I think that this is going to be a new era for fashion Vogue. I think it's time, like you said, so I'm excited.
Mhm.
And while we're talking about fashion, I just thought this was interesting. I don't know if this was on the episode of Next Gen NYC or if somebody uncovered
Mm.
this, but did you see that Ava Dash, her godfather, is Andre Leon Talley?
No, I didn't.
Iconic.
No, wow.
That's crazy.
I would make that like my personality trait. I
A
have seen her get a lot of hate though for being mean to our baby girl Ariana though.
Oh my God, really? I haven't even really
Yeah.
seen anything about. Actually, I saw a little bit about Next Gen NYC with the microaggression. I feel like
Yeah.
Charlie was being microaggressive towards
Yeah.
Riley, which I
Yeah.
was like, you know what? I don't even know if I want to dive into this any further. Like, I have Love Island. That's enough on my plate. I'm not trying to get pissed off watching fun TV.
That is how I also feel about Real Housewives of Miami right now
Hmm.
because I had been watching it because again I'm quarantining, so perfect time to just rot and watch TV. But then when I saw Julia pour water on a cancer patient and no one said anything, I was like, okay, well, you get the views that you deserve because that's fucking crazy.
Sometimes I forget about how clicky Miami can get too, because it is one of my favorite franchises. And they do know when to come together in certain instances, like when Lisa found out about Lenny and the divorce and all of
Hmm.
that, they all came together. But then in other instances, when it comes to Gertie, it's so frustrating to see how they click up. Like Julia threw a drink on Gertie's face, and not Alexia, Larsa, any of those girls said this isn't right or what the fuck or stood up for her. I can't with like the OG clique of Miami because it really is like Julia is trying to get into the OG clique. That's what it's
Yes.
giving because yeah, that pissed me off. And I
And
only saw
Julia,
clips. I didn't even watch it fully. And I'm like, yeah, no,
yeah.
do I even want to do this to myself?
No, like Julia's lost her goddamn mind. When I saw what the actual drama was about with her and Gertie, I was like, is this a joke? Like literally, is this a joke?
Yeah.
It's because she hung up on a Zoom call.
Yeah, because I've been seeing some of the things on social media and I saw Gertie came out with receipts that basically, vindicated her. And it's just so frustrating seeing more and more of this escalating. And now the drink in the face, yeah, pissed me off. I don't know if I want to continue with that right now. Because
Yeah.
Love Island is so good that it's like I'm not gonna waste my time watching a show that's like eh. And the same with the Valley. As soon as Jax came back, I'm good. I'm out. I don't
No,
want to watch an abuser on TV.
literally, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, damn, I haven't watched The Valley since Jax came back because I'm not
So
interested. I don't want to see that. I don't, no, 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 no. Like,
the dark
Jesse was
cloud.
truly enough. Jesse is
Yeah.
truly enough of a villain where I honestly forgot about Jax. The show continued on without Jax just for Jax to be like, this is my show. Like, get him off of my TV. I'm confused why we're allowing Jax Taylor to berate and abuse honestly his self and his castmates and the mother of his autistic child and his wife
Yeah.
when like we canceled Shaws of Sunset because like what's his name did something off camera.
And yeah, we are literally seeing Jax emotionally abuse Brittany on TV, financially abuse Brittany on TV, and then physically abuse. We may not have seen it, but they both admitted that he threw, what was it, like
A
a bar
chair.
stool or a table, a
Yeah.
chair on her knee. I mean, he's fitting all the categories. Get him the fuck off my TV.
Yeah, it's just weird what they allow people to get away with. I mean, even with Love Island this season, like the whole Huda thing, like if a man did that,
Yeah, let's wake it up. If a man did that. But the thing with Jax, it's like one part of me does want him to be on TV, not because of the entertainment aspect, because I'm genuinely worried for Brittany at this
yeah.
point, and I feel like this kind of keeps him accountable into not fucking up. But then on the other side of it, it gives him room to try to act like the victim some more or try to like get people to validate his feelings. And it's like nobody should be validating him right now in
Yeah.
any way. So, and I don't even want him to get attention because it's like this clearly
Right.
feeds his ego. So it's like, I don't know. I'm torn with that.
Yeah. Also, he's like 50.
Yeah. Moving on.
Next, I don't know how
We
we got there.
we got in there deep for a little bit. Sabrina Carpenter has released an alternate album art for Man's Best Friend and said this one was approved by God amid
Oh my
controversy.
gosh.
So we didn't talk about this, the album cover that she came out with. I think it's because we love Sabrina so much that we didn't want to say anything bad
Literally.
about her. But I guess let's just talk about it now. I'm so happy that she did bring out this alternate one because, like, this looks like a cover to me. This looks like old Hollywood 50s glamour. She looks beautiful, iconic, and she looks like the main focus. Whereas the one before, it didn't even look like cover art or an album art. And I'm sorry, it was degrading. I'm sorry, it was.
Yeah, it wasn't the serve you think it was. Like I know what you were trying to do, but
Sometimes things fall flat, and it's okay to call your
yeah.
faves out when things don't hit. They're not gonna, sometimes they're gonna miss, you know?
Yeah.
And I think she did miss on that cover art, but this new one eats. So let's just like act like that last one didn't happen and we
Yeah.
just keep moving on.
I am glad we're getting a new album
Quick,
quick.
Hustler.
No, we love that. And she didn't even address any of the like she's not saying sorry. She's just saying like, okay, fine. Because I just don't want her to get the Sydney Sweeney treatment.
And that's kind of what it was giving, to be honest. So I'm glad that
Yeah.
she course corrected because, and like you said, she does have that shtick of like the sexy kind of pinup girl. So I saw what she was trying to do, but it just fell a little
Yeah.
bit flat because Man's Best Friend already is playing into this almost like what, like you're a little sex doll kind of thing is the
Yeah.
vibe it's
A
giving.
dog.
Basically, and then on top of that, you're the one on the floor. Like, it would have been so much better if the man was the one on the floor and she had him on a leash or something and she was standing up. That would have ate and it would have made sense with her music. But I digress. It's really not that big of a deal. I don't want to make it a big deal, but I'm glad we have an alternate
Yeah.
album art.
I totally agree.
Should we talk about Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom?
So, so fast.
That's all they deserve. Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom has split, ending their engagement after nearly 10 years.
Engagement.
And that's why they probably should have been broken up because clearly they've been engaged for this damn long and we didn't even like no moves have been
Wait.
made.
I I literally thought they were married this whole time.
It's a tale as old as time. When you're engaged for that long, what's not clicking? Why are we not getting married?
Damn, Katie. She's having
And
a
they have
bad year.
I know. And it's so crazy to think about her when I was in middle school and high school. And just, like, she was really the top girl, the
She was
top fucking
it.
girl. She was above Taylor Swift. She was above every pop artist. Hot and cold.
California girls, teenage dream.
I kissed a girl.
Please, like y'all had
She
to.
was that girl. So it is sad to see this fall from grace between the space thing and then seeing these clips from her tour, and it just doesn't really look, it's not giving what it needs. And I know
No.
she has it in there. Like she has the potential because then I think about when Russell Brand texted her that he wanted a divorce and then she like got her shit together and won out and still performed. Icon. So like she
Yeah.
has that in her, but it's just been feeling weird lately.
I don't know. She's kind of giving me J-Lo.
Ever since she dyed the hair blonde and cut it.
Yeah, ever since
Something
that,
shifted.
she got on stage with Migos and no one invited her there. Like, like she has not been doing well. And they have a kid together.
Yeah, she's 4 years old. I always forget about that. She does. I mean, maybe because I'm not in Katy Perry's world, she's not in my algorithm at all. But I feel like this is like a very low key couple family. Like you don't really hear much about her family life. It's just her as a pop star, which is nice.
Yeah.
I used to have the biggest crush on Orlando Bloom when I was little and Pirates of the Caribbean. Like,
No, Orlando Bloom is that's what I'm like, damn, Katie.
I'm hoping for the best for her because, like I said, I know she has the potential in her, but she's been cringe lately.
It's not good for my sis. Damn.
Well, I say we move into Love Island. Let's get into the
Yes.
fun because this last week of Love Island, it started off going down like, okay, I'm getting bored. And then it was like, oh my God, we're back up. We're back.
We're on top, gossip break on top. Because I feel the same way. When I started Love Island last week going into this. Did we talk? No, we haven't even talked about.
The last episode we left off on was Meg the Stallion coming in.
Yeah, I was gonna say we haven't even talked about Meg. I mean,
That was
let's
the
just
reset we needed.
yeah. Genuinely, I was like the only reason why I'm okay with Huda still being here is so Meg the Stallion could get her together a little bit in
Yeah,
the
she needed
nicest way
that.
possible.
So let's just get into it. We're going to start from
Yeah.
episode 15 and talk up to episode 21. So, episode 15 was when Meg the Stallion came. I feel like there wasn't too much else in that episode. Like the craziness is further on. But the other thing I wanted to mention here is that the bombshells came in, TJ and Andrea.
God damn.
That
We
walk
failed
in was
you.
lethal. Like, no, literally in the gym. Like, I'm taking your man. We got right to the gym.
Her looking at the camera being like, I'm taking your man. I said, oh my God, please don't. I don't even have one, but like, I know you could. Like, God, that is the best bombshell, like, to have ever, like, the bombshell of all bombshells. You will always be famous, baby girl.
She ate that. The little tan line,
Oh,
chef's fucking kiss.
oh my gosh. I was like, that is so tea. Like, I want to do that.
I was like,
I'm
I'm
gonna,
literally no better than a man.
no, literally, I was like, like, literally, holy shit. Like, that is a woman. Like, if I were the girls, I literally would have been sick to my stomach. I know they were. I
Yeah,
know they
sick.
were sick. Hannah's literally like, please don't take my man.
And then she starts speaking Spanish, and it was like, ugh.
Like, my God, just for the girls to get TJ.
I was just gonna say that. And then TJ walks in. I was like, first of all, we already knew what it was when he said that he went to UT. I was like, oh
I
Lord.
played baseball at UT. My favorite food is steak.
There is a specific type of Tampa man breed, and he literally fits it to the T. Moved from New York, goes to University of Tampa, plays baseball, follows Andrew Tate on Instagram. Like, get out of my
Yeah,
house.
get out of my city, get out of my villa. Like, I know that is that's so many men from Tampa feel seen by him,
I hate it.
and I hate that because
I
that is
hate that
not
for
the
me.
city I know and love.
Yeah, let's think about Dochi when we think about Tampa. Let's not
Please.
think about TJ. We're gonna have to come up with some other Tampa legends for this because that really shot
Yeah.
our stock down.
Yeah, he's a loser. That's all I have to say.
The other thing in episode 15 is Huda and Jeremiah finally end things. This is when it's like finally done, but it kills me because that last conversation, Huda is like still looking up at him for a kiss. And it's like, girl, stand
I
up.
I could not believe, I genuinely could not believe that. I was like, are you okay? What do you mean you pulled
No.
him from a chat with Iris? Iris is like, yeah, I'm done. Like, that was my last straw. Jeremiah goes to tell Nick. Nick's like, I don't want to hear it. I
I'm
don't
done.
hear it. He's like, I don't want to hear anything else about y'all. Like, everyone's pissed that they're both still there doing this.
It's too much. I guess they finally are done with things, but if it was up to Huda, they would still be together.
Doing this back and forth. Like, it's crazy. Thank God for Megan and thank God for that twerk contest. Like, I think even us as
Yes,
the audience needed that laugh because
we
I was
needed
in
it.
tears. Austin and all the boys except Ace, honestly, had me in fucking tears. I was cackling at my TV.
I was cackling too. They picked good ones. I could have swore though, when Taylor was dancing and they panned to Alondria, I was like, oh, she just got the ick. Like if
She
you saw her
did.
face.
She was like, ugh.
But then
Like,
like, I
that
don't know,
was
maybe she does it because of the way she acts, but it's like I saw that look.
no, I know that look. She was like, ew. Because he's
He
being serious.
he has no sex appeal. Zero. Like, and is it just not translating through the screen? Because then it's like, the girls in Casa come in and Clark and Coco are both after him. And it's like, what? What are we not seeing?
I don't, maybe he gives me like best friend vibes. Genuinely, like, this is my best friend. Because there is no riz, like, there's no sex
None.
appeal. There's no, this is the way he moves. Like, there's no swag. There's nothing.
None.
Like, like, And I'm not saying he's ugly. He's just like
No,
there's
he's
nothing
not ugly.
attractive. Like I don't know, like the way like because that's the thing. Then you look at like Nick, and it's like Nick is like fine as shit to me because of the way he acts.
His Riz carries him. Like all of a sudden it's like,
Yes.
wait.
Yeah, I was like, wait, hold on now. Like, whoa, why am I nervous? But if I just saw him walking across the street, I wouldn't think that. So
Hmm.
it's like the personality really does a lot for people. And Taylor's personality is just not one of a sex symbol. I'm sorry.
And because like moving ahead a little bit, but then we were all complaining that he just doesn't have any chemistry with Alondria and he was giving her these little pet kisses. But then when he was making out with, I wouldn't even call it making out, kissing Clark, it's the same thing. It's like the mwah, 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 mwah. Like
Ew.
there's no rhythm, there's no flow. I can't stand to watch him kiss. And then there's just like other little things that he does where it's like, why would you say that? He doesn't have any charisma. Like two instances. One, Alondra and him talking about their favorite fruit, which it's like we're fucking
Yep.
2 weeks in and we're talking about fruit. But she was like, yeah, pineapple is my favorite fruit. And he was like, that's disgusting. I hate pineapple. It's like, she just said it was her favorite fruit. You couldn't just be like, I don't really like pineapple. Like, that's the way he says it.
No, and then his favorite fruit, apricot.
Okay.
Like what literally what is wrong with you? Like you've never turned a woman on before in your life and the weekend.
Ever. And then the second instance is him and Clark talking, and the little mosquito was like flying
Yes.
by her, and she was like, "Oh, it must be because I smell good." He was like, "Maybe you stink." It's like, why would that?
He flirts like a 12-year-old. Like that is how
Yes. Like that
young,
insults you to flirt.
yeah, like that is how young boys flirt is like if I'm mean to her, if I make fun of her, she'll like me. And it's like, actually, no, I'll think of you as my little brother. And that's what it gives with
Little brother
Atlanta
energy.
and him and like all the other girls. I'm like, there's no like sexual chemistry. There's no like, ooh, I can see it. Like we're grown and sexy. No, he gives like little boy.
I was really trying to root for him and Olandria, but they lost me this week.
100%.
So, moving on to the next episode is that milk challenge episode. Becky, like, I'm sick to my fucking stomach. Every week it gets worse. Every week I feel like they try to test their boundaries to be like, how freaky deaky nasty can we get before we need to put this behind a fucking paywall?
It was so unnecessarily freaky. The transferring of milk
That's what got
from
me. The spitting the
one
milk.
mouth to another. It was unnecessary. We can literally skip that and still get the point across of like sexy milkmaid vibes.
Actually, I was gagging because, and then it
Yes.
sounds like it's real milk too, because then afterwards they were
Yes.
like, I smell, and it's like, ill, like hot milk just dried up on your skin. I actually can't with them after these challenges. I would be bum rushing to the fucking shower, like
I
racing to
know.
the showers. Like, y'all are about to catch me out here with dried milk curdles in my hair, in my lashes. I'm sick.
Ew. No, that was like the nastiest challenge. I thought the popcorn was nasty, but then they were like, let's try, but like someone in production has a crazy kink.
I just don't get why the challenges have to only be so make out, spit, swapping, tongue heavy. Why can't it be? We have more challenges with like the briefcase, and it was like
Yes.
who slept with the most people, or like I don't know, like a who knows who best challenge with the couples. It's always like I'm gonna put something down your throat. Like, what are we
Ew.
doing?
Ew. Ew. Literally, I don't have any other words other than ew.
No, I can't. The other biggest thing though with the milk challenge is Huda picking Pepe. And then her being at the end, like, I totally forgot we had to make out. It's like, just, you know what? Just play the game. Like, I would
Yeah.
rather, I don't know what it is. Like, she's really rubbing me the wrong way. And I feel bad because she's gotten better, you know, like she's not cussing anybody out anymore. She's not calling people out of their names, but it's almost weird seeing her be like how she is now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because
Like,
you
I
see
don't,
how insufferable she is. And it's like, you're not that, like, It's not like you're a different person. The exact same person that would
Yeah.
cuss somebody out is the type of person that would be like, so wait, why don't you like me? Like,
Her asking TJ why you don't like me was so embarrassing. It's giving pick me.
yeah.
She is the biggest pick me girl in that cast. And it's really starting to frustrate me that, like, I understand voting for Huda because you want to continue the drama, but I don't understand voting for her because you genuinely consider her your favorite. That's where, like, we differ.
No, no, no. Huda being the favorite and like the way everything went down with the last voting off the island was so sinister,
Diabolical.
diabolical. It's
I
just
hate it.
like this. That's why they had to overproduce these last couple of episodes because they were like, we're about to go to Casa Amor. There are no strong couples.
The only other thing
Yeah.
that happened in episode 17 was Jeremiah and Andrina are starting to get closer and kiss, which
Mm-hmm.
plays into the drama. And then the only other thing I thought worth mentioning is that Austin is starting to get uncomfortable with Amaya, like calling him babe and being really close. And she could obviously sense that, like, Queen with emotional intelligence goes up to him and is like, am I doing anything that's making you uncomfortable? And he fucking lies to her and was like,
Yep.
no, you're fine. So it's like you can't complain, but then she gives you the perfect opportunity. She's being so nice and cute. Like, how can I don't ban these men? Get Austin off the island.
Get I was so happy when Casa came and the shortest man was 6'4". I was like, this is what the fuck I'm talking about.
That is crazy. I guess because they're all so tall, I don't realize how tall they are. Like the only one that really looks tall is Chris because he's like fucking 6'8". But I'm like,
Yeah.
wait, they're all 6'4".
They're
That's crazy.
huge. They're like avatars, and those girls are tiny.
I
Like
love to see it.
Huda is so small. Huda's like 5 foot, and she's with a man that's like 6'5".
It kind of eats
No, like sign me up and get me to Casa now.
right now. Okay, well, let's get into episode 18 then before we get into Casa. This is where all the craziness
Ugh.
happens. The biggest thing this episode was just I don't even want to call it a recoupling because it wasn't even, it was just a dumping. So America was voting for their favorite islanders, and these people get safe. So the bottom people are for the girls, Amaya, Iris, and Hannah. And then the boys is Jeremiah, Austin, and Pepe, right? I believe so.
Mhm.
And then the people who are safe have to vote off the islanders. What did you think about the girls voting out Hannah and the guys voting out Jeremiah? Let's go through Hannah first.
Yeah, let's go to Hannah first because we all know what I'm gonna say about voting off Shamar less. Voting off Hannah, I genuinely don't understand it because their reasoning behind voting her off was because she was making connections. Like that's literally what they said. They said, well, she had a connection with Charlie, and then she had a connection with Pepe, and that kind of happened really fast. So that's why we're sending her home, where no one else, the other two girls really hadn't made a connection. And it's like, well, yeah, the point of the show is to fall in love. Like you and Ace immediately had a connection, Shelly. Like, matter of fact, everyone's trying to act like y'all pulled a fast one on us and are actually setting this up. Like you guys have been dating the entire fucking time.
Which should we talk about that for a minute because we haven't talked
We
about
haven't, because it was
off.
like allegations, but it's becoming
Yes.
like a big.
It's becoming very like a theme in the show.
Yeah.
So for people who don't know, which most of you probably have, if you saw online on social media, there's been rumblings that Ace and Shelly know each other a little bit more than they're letting on. They did say in the beginning that they did they meet at a bar or something? They were like, yeah, we like met once and now it's crazy to
Yeah.
see her here. But then you go on their social media and they've been in each other's like since 2022. I'm not saying they've been knowing each other since 2022, but they definitely went back and liked all those posts since then.
Yeah.
And then there's the viral video now of Ace, he does all these TikTok lives and him trying to tell the people he's on TikTok live with to say happy Valentine's Day to Shelly, which Shelly is definitely a different kind of unique name. Like we're talking about the same Shelly.
Yeah. What are the
And it's
odds?
yeah, and it's also like you guys are clearly closer than you're letting on if you're making video saying Happy Valentine's Day, Shelly. Like, you're not going to make a video like that for somebody you met at a bar once. You guys were probably texting, whatever, beforehand. So then there was this Instagram story that was posted, and I think this was fake, but like, again, it's hard to say because it's kind of matching up in the house. But somebody made an Instagram story that said that they know Ace and Shelly in real life and that they're basically scamming, like they know each other. They're trying to go in as a couple. And if you've noticed, they never kiss any of the other people outside of challenges. And it would kind of make sense like why Ace was so strong with his boundaries with Amaya out of nowhere, like no cuddling, don't call me babe, don't touch me. If he has a real girl, you know?
Yeah.
And then it also would make sense why Shelly was allowing Austin to be in her orbit for so long because she knew he wasn't going to really try anything with her.
Yeah. It's
But I
just
don't know. Is it real?
I don't know. All I know is they're not making it to my finale.
Nope. At this
Ace
point,
certainly is not.
yeah,
Or
with the way
Shelly.
Ace has been acting, plus these allegations, which again, they could be fake, but there was that video of him saying Happy Valentine's Day, Shelly. So at the end of the day, they know each other more than they're saying, which is a little suspicious.
Yeah.
And it's frustrating that, I mean, I've only watched the last season of Love Island and this one. So I know I don't have much room to talk, but I feel like last season, I truly forgot that there was a cash prize at the end. I truly
Right.
forgot that there was even supposed to be a winner. And this season, it's so obvious to me because it feels like they're playing to win, which this vote in itself was literally, it was strategic, not
Yes.
going off of Love Island. Because I feel like past Love Islands, yeah, you would keep Hannah because she has a strong connection with Pepe. Obviously, they're trying to find love. Why would you vote a relationship off the island? And then same with Jeremiah. He's starting to, seems like he really likes Andrina and him. And they're like giggling and chatting. Like they seem like they would actually be such a cute little couple. And then he
Hmm.
gets voted out too. So it's like, what are we what like you guys are voting based off strategy probably because you saw
Yes.
Hannah and Pepe were going to be contenders to win and you didn't want them to win. They were like your
Right.
competition, and then Jeremiah was the biggest competition for the boys,
Yeah.
because other than that it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Because it really should have been. Well, first of all, Huda shouldn't have been in the top four.
Exactly.
She should have been in the bottom three, and she should have gone home. But if we're gonna go off the girls' bottom three, Iris should have been the one to go home
Mm-hmm. Or
because
Amaya, which I hate to
or
say it
Maya.
because we love our Amaya
I
papaya.
love my Amaya papaya down, but it would have made like Hannah made the least sense of going
Yes.
home.
In the case of those three girls, it made the least sense. I feel like is there something we're not seeing because I
There's
feel like
has to be.
they were kind of cold to her too.
Yeah.
Especially seeing the way they reacted to Olandria leaving at the end, which I mean, I know she was an OG girl, like I totally get it, but like they were like Huda was literally like ah! Shambles, and
Yeah.
they were just like staring at Hannah, no tears
Yeah.
in their eyes. I was like, damn.
They didn't give a fuck. Like they literally did not give a
Yeah.
fuck that they sent Hannah home. I don't care what anyone says.
I felt so bad for her because I just really didn't understand the decision. And then Jeremiah, too,
Yeah, that
that
was
was
really crazy.
diabolical. Like it was just so obvious that it was strategic and that it was out of jealousy because
Because Austin
what?
is right there.
Right there. I mean, if it would have been Austin and Amaya, it wouldn't like we would have been sad for Amaya, definitely, but we would have all been like, damn, that makes sense. And the same with Iris. If it would have been Austin
Yeah.
and Iris, it would have been like, oh, like I feel bad. Iris didn't really get a chance, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
But Hannah and Jeremiah just makes the least amount of sense.
Yeah. They
Like, you guys don't deserve to vote.
I was gonna say I know the producers took away their voting privileges after that, clearly, because again, they overproduced the last couple of episodes because they were like, well, what do we
Mhm.
do now? Because we don't have a plot anymore.
And it is kind of interesting the way that they've been doing these because I honestly think that first they were giving the Islanders the chance to vote Huda out because it's like you guys are complaining about her. They gave her not once, but two chances. They didn't vote her out. So now I feel like production was like, okay, we need to give her some kind of redemption arc because she's still around. We can't have all of this like negative online chatter about her, like because people have like killed themselves coming off Love
Yeah.
Island, so I'm sure they're worried about her mental health. And then also just for like story purposes, like she can't be horrible the entire time. So I feel like they were like, we need to give her a redemption arc. And then after that, I feel like they had to have sat her down and were like, girl, you need to get it together or you have to leave. Because it really feels like after the Meg the Stallion episode, things changed in
Hmm.
her. But now it's confusing me though, because I feel like they're trying to save her because there hasn't just been a normal recoupling ceremony where it's like the guys just say, okay, I want to be with this girl and they couple up. Because if that was the case, Huda would have went home.
Right.
So it's like they're like producing all of these votes because they know the girls would save Huda rather than the guys coupling up with her. I don't know. It's just like all these recoupling things feel weird and very produced.
Yeah, just really upset. I know the new girls were sick when they got to the villa and Jeremiah wasn't there.
I would be sick.
Because I would have been like, well, that was my only one I could stand to look at.
Let's move on to the next episode, Casa Amor, which is exciting, but also it's like not as exciting because there's not really too many stable couples. So it's like, whatever. But anyways, they do have a twist this year where now everybody has to couple up and everybody comes back to the house, which I think has its pros and cons. It's good because I feel like production was kind of forcing them to shake it up a little bit because
Yeah.
it does feel like a few of them are trying to follow a formula to win, like, oh, I stay with this person to the beginning or since the beginning, and then we go away to Casa and we come back and we're even stronger and then we win. So I feel like production was like, like we're
Yeah.
cutting this shit out. Everybody has to explore, which is nice. But then also with the way they set up the twist, it's like, so whoever doesn't get coupled up with in Casa Amor goes home. It's kind of stupid because if I have a better connection back in the other house, that means like I just get voted out now. Like that's not really, and that's exactly what
Yeah,
happens.
that's what happened
It's just like
twice.
not fair.
Yeah. Hannah would have loved Casa more.
Oh, she would have been perfect in Casa Amor. It makes no
So
sense.
literally, I just thought about that. I was like, my girl would have had a ball because it was just a bunch of Pepes.
She would have had a ball in there.
But yeah, the new rules, stupid, like literally so stupid. The new girls.
So we have
Oh,
Vanna, Coco, Clark, Grayson, and Jaden. Am I missing anyone? I don't remember.
I was gonna say I don't remember. I don't know anything about these girls still.
They're not doing it for me.
They're not at all. Like, I'm sorry, beautiful girls, beautiful gowns. But maybe I just don't like the boys. I don't know. But I'm just like, these new girls can't hold a candle to my divas.
I was just gonna say Casa Amor is doing it for me because the girls from the main house are T, and then the new
Yeah.
guys that they brought in are much better than the main guys. So we
Yes.
have like, especially with the shortest one being 6'4". Yep.
Yeah. You sign me up. That's where I want to go. Like,
Yeah. So these are the couples we have. We have Ace and Vanna, Taylor and Coco, Nick and Clark, Pepe and Grayson, and Austin and Jaden. And then in Casa Amor, we have Shelly and Chris, Olandria and Zach with the K, Iris and Zach with the C, Huda and JD, Sierra and Elon, and then Andrina and Brian. I mean, is anyone standing out to you?
um, mostly Shelly and Chris is his name.
See, this is where the part of the offline drama is getting to me, is like messing with my perception because I feel like at this point, I unfortunately do believe that Ace and Shelly are
Yeah.
scamming. So I can't even really give Shelly and Chris a full chance because I'm like, I
Right.
just know she's not going to pick him. She's going to go right back to Ace.
Yeah, and that's why I'm interested in Chris because I want her to get away from him.
Yeah.
I want Ace to go home. Like, Shelly, if you know what's good, like telepathically, sister, I'm trying to tell you, if you know what's good for you, get away from that man because he's not gonna win. Please don't ever
I
think that
know.
y'all are gonna win because you're not.
No,
Any
I'm
girl
not
that
voting for
is with
them.
Ace is unsafe. And like, Huda might have like done an upset and we didn't see that coming, but Ace will not be in my top three ever.
Absolutely not. And I still can't get over the age gap, to be honest. That him
Yeah,
being 22 and her being 27. I know some people say it's not that big of a deal, but I
it
just
is.
do think in your 20s in general, that age gaps do kind of make a difference compared to other ages of your life. Because, yeah, when you're 22, it's like you're just graduating college, maybe. You're still so much younger. And 27, you're thinking about settling down more. Not saying that Shelly is. I mean, I don't know. Clearly, she wants real love if she's on Love Island, but I just don't. I don't know.
Imagine me with a 22-year-old.
No. That's also what it is. Like, sorry to play into gender roles, but it's her being older. I can't. Because
Like,
maybe if he was older, no, then I would be like, creep.
no, freak. Yeah, but like men mature takes so much longer to mature than women, and it shows that Ace is very insecure, very immature. And even when he was asking Shelly, why did y'all vote Hannah off? It should have been Amaya to go home because we're different people, just shows how weak of a man he is, and I literally can't stand him.
Yeah.
Like
It's like, who
I
cares what
can't.
you think about Amaya?
Yeah, like literally, you already ruined her experience.
And you can tell it's affecting the way she moves with all these
Yes.
guys. And it's so sad to see because just because she does things, just because she's really lovey dovey, does not mean that she's wrong. I just don't think that there's any guys in the house that are like properly. Or like no guys in the house can receive her love well. And that's not to say
Yes.
her love is wrong. It's just like she needs I saw this tweet. It was like Amaya just needs to be loved Mexicanly. And it's like,
A
yes, literally.
100%. We just need one Mexican in there, and my girl would be, they would win.
She needs that so bad. Like she
Like,
just
what is going on?
she's such a cutie. When Ariana called her Amaya Papaya, I was like,
Maya papaya.
so TJ and Amaya are both single and they say that they have 24 hours to couple up or they get the boot. So the two of them basically put in work overtime on Vanna and Zach, which do I think TJ really likes Vanna? No. Do I think he
Do
wants to
I
stay in the
think
house?
TJ
Yes.
likes anybody?
No.
Obviously not, because the way he was ranking their kisses threes is
Yeah.
so annoying and proves our red pill beta man theory even more. Like,
If you
no.
didn't tell me, like if I didn't know that you didn't follow Andrew Tate on Instagram before, I knew after that when you're rating the girls
Yeah.
three, like you should be lucky any of these girls are even fucking touching you, to be honest.
No, seriously. I
Because
just could not believe that. I was like, he's such a clown. Like, I get him off my
such a
screen.
clown. Okay.
So TJ does not like Vanna. That's clear. I do think Zach with a K kills me, bro. Because the British accent, the Thai accent, and the big shiny teeth, and the fact that he talks 200 miles a minute,
Yeah.
I'll be like, what?
No, I need subtitles so bad for him.
But him and Amaya, like, for that same reason, they kind of make sense because they're both like,
Like, yeah,
yeah, like little
little
like
yappers.
bouncing around, like little flies bouncing around. I'm obsessed.
Yeah, they're kind of cutie. What do you think about Sierra and Elon?
She does
Rolling
not.
her eyes.
She wants Nick so bad, and I want to smack all the girls. Like, just so you know, your man is having a ball in the villa without you.
I hate to see it. I wanted Sierra to do her big one in Casa and just be like, fuck it. I don't care. Nick literally
Yeah,
has puppy dog eyes for every new girl who walks in here. Let me do my
literally.
thing. But it's like also, I know she's probably just being true to herself and she clearly really likes him.
I know, but like,
Get
stand
out.
up. Like even like Alandria, like, oh Taylor, like, stand up.
No.
No, he doesn't even like you.
They have to be not showing us something because I don't understand how she's so locked into Taylor when we don't see anything.
Yeah.
Okay, so episode 20, the big thing that happens is another dumping recoupling, which this was fucking nuts. So
Yeah.
They are all in their original couples, and Amaya is standing up there. And they say, if anybody has a better connection with Amaya than the couple you're with right now, then you could switch. And Zach with the K goes up there and stands with our girl Amaya, which,
I
like,
was
literally
screaming
screaming.
at the TV. I was like, yes,
But
Zach.
then
Like,
immediately in distress because I know that means Olandria is going home. Why can't Amaya have something good happen to her without something
I
like,
know.
okay, but this happens now. Like, I just want her to be happy.
I know, but I also was fully okay with Alandria going home because it's like, girl, if you're not gonna wake the fuck up and play the game how the game
Yeah.
needs to be played, because like another man could have stood up for you if you just gave him like you were giving the boys nothing. I'm not saying you had to make out with them or anything, but you were so immediately closed off because of someone
Mhm.
that was giving their last name to other girls in the villa.
Coco Williams is crazy.
Like I was like, where is this side of Taylor when she's around? Like Alandria's around.
It really showed how Taylor is because we've only really seen him with Olandria. So we're just thinking, I feel like we've been giving Taylor the benefit of the doubt and thinking that, okay, he just must be a slow burner because we only see him with Olandria and that's how he is with her. But now seeing these new girls come in and calling them Coco Williams and being all over them and making out with them outside of challenges, it's like, okay, so you just don't like our girl then. Then just say that.
Right. Right.
So, yeah, there is one part of me that was kind of like, you know what, maybe she needed to go because she just, like you said, she was closed off even though she wasn't closed off.
Right.
She knew that there was a chance. I mean, they didn't specifically say you're going home, but they said if, you have 24 hours to couple up, it's kind of given that you're probably going to go home if not. And she didn't even
Yeah.
really try. It's like you
Right.
knew that Zach was your only option and he's kind of talking to Amaya too. I don't know, like yeah, it's frustrating.
I was like, I'm sorry, send her home. Like, I'm gonna have to be ruthless. Like, love my girl down. Send her home because she needs a wake-up call.
Well, she got one, I think. So
Did
then back,
she?
I hope so. Then in the villa, same thing happens, and Jaden has a better connection with Austin, which leaves Nick single, and he goes home. And at this point, I was like, now you guys got me fucked up because I could maybe understand the Olandria of it. Like you said, she wasn't being open. But now I'm just thinking of him and Sierra. And it's like,
Yeah.
so what couple do we have left to root for now that Taylor and Olandria are done? Nick and Sierra are done. I'm not rooting for the scammers. They're not going to win for me.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to have to vote in a new person over an OG, which, like, fine,
Yeah.
so be it. Like, I was literally ready to be like, all right, Amaya Papaya for the win. Like, I don't give a fuck
Yeah.
who she couples up with. We're voting her.
Right.
But then the ending happens and
My gosh, chills.
literal chills. Nick is walking out. G Wagon pulls up. Olandria opens up the door. I was like, Nick, get in.
And he
And the
runs to
episode
his
ends.
baby girl.
His queen.
Oh my gosh. I literally like I was already giggling and kicking my feet before last night's episode. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like I wonder what they're gonna do with them. Like I know this is a production thing. And I guess we can just get into the latest episode.
The
I
most
know
important.
this has production written all over it, but I'm just like, how did they set up that both of them were going home though?
I think it I think what happened, yeah, I was kind of thinking of this too. Like, I feel like it was literally that scene in SpongeBob when they're like looking inside his head and like everything is on fire and he's like burning all the files. They're like, what do we do? Like, that was
Please.
literally the producer room when Olandria and Taylor or Nick got voted out. I think it was a really quick last minute decision. Or maybe they were thinking, I don't even know.
Because
Maybe
there's
they were
no
like,
way.
maybe they had the rules for Casa and then they probably shortly realized after like, oh fuck, this gives a big chance that a strong couple is going to get voted out because they're not, because even if Jaden did like Nick more, I could see her just being like, I know he's going to go back to Sierra at the end, whereas
Right.
Austin's more open. So like strategically I'm going to be with Austin.
Yeah, of
And then the same for
course.
Zach. Like, he knows that Elandria is closed off. Like, why am I going to try to fight that when Amaya is open and kissing me and wants to, connect? Like, I'm
Mhm.
going to go for her. So I feel like maybe they realized, like, oh, damn, this leaves us in a bad position. And then once they saw who it was, they were like, especially with all the tweets and the Nicolandria
Yeah.
shippers, they were like, this is our chance.
Oh, I was giggling when they were going on a date. Like, seriously, guys, I want to cry. Like, if they don't make it out to the end and like win, I'm so sorry, Sierra. Like, you genuinely don't deserve that. You deserve love too. Taylor, go fuck yourself. But like, the way he is so giddy around her, I'm
I'm
like,
buzzing watching them.
yes.
Like this is the first couple in the house that I'm like, I literally am kicking my feet while watching
Like
TV.
giggling. I literally was screaming at my TV, so happy. Like, oh my gosh, like this is so cute. We're really watching a love story happen because they both, I didn't even realize it, but in the beginning, they both were choosing each other for challenges. Like, this wasn't something we just like made up. Like, they
Yes,
were
and that's the
both,
thing. People wanted to say that we were, the Nicolandria shippers were delusional. It wasn't from nothing. Like we had
yeah.
crumbs to work with.
Literal crumbs, but like I held on tight to those crumbs. They're like, oh, she picked him first to couple up with, and he always picked her for challenges, and then he carried her
Mhm.
out, and he's like, I always found you attractive, and you're one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen, and I was just like, oh my
No,
god.
the swirlers were up. Like I
So
was
like,
on top this episode.
oh my gosh, they were literally perfect. And she's just like blushing because
Both
she
of
just,
them like blushing.
yeah.
So okay, so yeah, they get a text. They get whipped away, and they get a little text, and it says, "You guys can leave the island single, or you can couple up and go back to the house together." They didn't even give it a second thought. They were like, "Okay, boot up." Nick is kissing her hands. They sneak back into the house, and then wake up in the normal house in the morning. Which I was kind of wondering why they picked like what. I don't know. I feel like it was a kind of lazy way to bring them back. It
I
would have
know.
been so interesting to bring them back during a challenge, like maybe like I don't know, they're blindfolded and then someone comes in, to like make out, or during the heart rate challenge. I don't know, they could have done something
Yeah.
else, but
I thought they were gonna like walk out and do the slow-mo thing with like the
yes,
camera and just like be
by the
beautiful
fire
and
pit.
amazing. Yeah, like, oh my gosh. But like, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. No, I'm literally living for them. First up, because they were definitely like a little delusional crack ship at first. And it's like, I can't actually see them together. But now all of a sudden, I'm like, these are my winners.
Yeah, no, immediately.
I feel so bad for Sierra. I really do, because she seems like such a cutie, cool girl. And I know she really likes Nick, clearly. She can't even fully move on with Elon, and he's giving her like everything. But I'm sorry, like I'm buzzing over the ship.
Yeah, I'm sorry, mama. Like you'll find someone. I promise you, you'll find someone else.
I can't with them. Like the book talk girly in me, the book reader, it's like
Please.
friends to lovers,
Yeah, it's
secret admirer,
perfect.
one
Yeah.
bed, forced
Yeah, like
proximity,
he
all
says
the tropes, slow burn.
him saying, "Yeah, you have to stop calling me Nikki Poo. You have to like I'm Nick now." He said, "Ooh,
Like, wait a minute.
like not as getting stricter on here." He said, "You're gonna talk to me like a man now." Like, oh my
No,
gosh,
Nick
like
did something to me this episode.
he
His stock was going down after the Jeremiah episode, and
literally
it went right back up again.
immediately. They said he pulled out the black tea and the Cuban link for his girl.
Put on the Tims.
He did. I said, "Oh, okay."
That kiss at the end, though, was the best kiss of the season, like kiss that saved the season. And I'm
Yeah.
sorry, like I know people want to say, oh, it's production, they manipulated it, yada yada. I don't think you can fake those feelings. Like, I don't think, first of all, Alandria finally has a real kisser, and like she could have
Yeah.
said no because she said no to
Right.
Zach, but she didn't. And I think it's because her and Nick have such a good foundation as friends. So it's like,
Yeah.
wait, I love this. And then two, Nick literally had a fucking twinkle in his eye after
I
they
know.
kissed. Becky, I was crying laughing when they were kissing because his leg was literally lifting up like a little dog. He was in heaven, bro.
No, like that kiss was cray. Like they make me nervous. I'm like, wait, I
No,
want a
me.
dick. Like
I'm like, should I not be watching this?
yeah,
Do you
their
guys need a room?
chemistry. Oh my gosh. I just need her to stop talking about Taylor and like I just need Taylor to go home actually. Like girls, if there is a vote tonight, we have to get Taylor out of there because that is the only way that Olandria will like stand the fuck up and not let it, because
Hmm.
he's still playing the ping pong thing between
Yeah.
her and Clark, and he said so. And like, I'm sorry, he just needs to go.
And honestly, it's time because Nick has given Olandria more compliments in like one
Literally.
episode than Taylor has ever given her since they've been there. He literally said she's the most beautiful woman he's ever seen in his lifetime. That's a
Yeah.
crazy fucking statement.
And
Like
I
if
was
I
like,
was
I
Sierra, I'd be
agree.
sick.
Yeah, like I'm sorry. I agree. Like her face is insane. She's coming out of the island with a modeling contract regardless. Like it's insane. The body's teeth, went to college. Probably one of the only girls that has like a normal job.
Hmm.
Yeah, sister.
Love. I
Oh
am just a
my
little bit
gosh.
nervous though because I'm so high on them right now that I'm like, next episode, I just already see like she's gonna go right back to Taylor and like he's gonna
I
go
know.
right back to Sierra. Like, don't I can't.
I don't
It's
know. That kiss might have like set something off.
the kiss did something for me because at first I was like, okay, they're just going back into the house because they don't want to leave. Obviously, they would go
Yeah.
back together. But then more and more as it went on, I'm like, they gave them the platform, but Nick is like really taking it and running. He's like, no, like you will
Yeah.
address me as Nick now. Like we're
Yeah.
making out tonight.
Yeah. Like, whoa.
No more friends, no more Nikki Poo. I'm full in. I really hope that it works out because again, like I could just be delusional and I'm on a high right now, but I swear I have not seen the two of them look like that after a kiss ever. Like
Ever.
ever.
And like it should have been a sign to her when Taylor saw Nick and Alandra and ran to Nick first.
I was thinking the same thing. Yep. Yep.
You're done right there.
It's all the little things. Like he doesn't have to straight up tell you I don't like you. It's in him hugging Nick first. It's in him like never wanting to plan things. Also like him having to ask Ace every time. It's hard cuz she doesn't see these things, but it's like him having
Mhm.
to ask Ace like, "Oh, should I go talk to her now? She's eating." It's like, "Dude, you clearly
Stand
don't
up.
like her. If you're
Yeah.
having to ask to do this stuff like you guys I just go
I
home,
just
Gumby."
no, go home, Gumby. We need a movie night. Tonight's episode better be everyone coming back from Casa, a movie night, and America voting people off. Like a 2 hour episode, but that's what I need because I need Alandria to see. Like, unfortunately, like, she's gonna have to get embarrassed and see, like, Taylor being like, oh, like, this is your new last name. Oh, I don't find her that
Mhm.
attractive. Like, she needs to see what we're seeing because she's
Yeah.
not.
And it, yeah, they're gonna do her a disservice if they don't show it to her also
Yeah.
because she's so locked in. I feel like it's not fair for them to not show these things. Especially, I mean, the biggest one for me is him talking to Ace and just being like saying, he's not physically attracted to her and he doesn't know how to
Right.
get there. But then he's making out with Clark and Coco immediately. It's like, just let her go. He's playing strategic too, because he
Yeah.
obviously knows that that's like his safe bet in the house. So yeah, send him home, send Huda home. I don't need a
Send
Huda
TJ
anymore.
home.
Austin, Vanna.
Austin. You can keep everyone else, honestly. Let them all win. Let them split the cash prize.
Yeah. Did you see Jeremiah's interview on the Vile Files or Chicks in the Office
I saw clips, yeah.
or Hannah's? So I ended up watching the whole Chicks in the Office one. I tried to watch the Vile Files one, and Nick Vile is the worst interviewer ever. He talks so damn much. He didn't even let Jeremiah get a word in. It's just like him talking about himself. Like he's a fucking egomaniac. And then I went to the comments and people were saying the same thing. So I was like, oh my God, like I feel so
Yeah.
validated because it was like after 5 minutes, I'm like, I can't do this. Chicks in the Office was so much better. This is the first time I've listened to them like fully, and they were really
Mhm.
great interviewers. I was like, wow, I feel like they
Yeah.
compiled everything. They got really good info out of Jeremiah. And yeah, he just seems so chill outside the house. And I
Mhm.
feel like he just got himself in a bad situation with
He
Huda.
did. He did. You could tell that when he was talking to Andrina. Like,
Hmm.
I was like, wait, I didn't know anything about Jeremiah before. And I didn't
Yeah.
realize that I didn't know anything about him. I was just like, Jeremiah, he's just a pretty face. But when he was talking and being like, he's like a nerd, I was like, oh my gosh, like that's so interesting. And then he got
Yeah.
voted off. I was like, this ain't right.
I know, poor guy. And then Hannah, the things that I gathered from her little interviews is that her and Pepe were a lot closer than what was shown. And
Mhm.
I do think that now that I'm thinking about it more, they voted her out strategically because her and Pepe, maybe they saw them as like, oh, they're going to become front runners eventually. So, because yeah, it just doesn't make any sense, the reason for
Yeah,
voting them out. So, I don't know. I'm wishing the best for Hannah Banana and Jeremiah to
I
get a
know.
normal relationship.
I know. Maybe they should date.
Because I don't
Actually,
know if I see them together.
no, no, ma'am. No, ma'am, Hannah. You've had your fun. Like
She's a little
literally,
too fiery for him.
yeah. Yeah.
He needs like a cool, calm, pretty, fine foreign girl, just like a
Yes.
chill, calm girly.
Yes. Yes.
Well, I
Well,
think that was everything.
we have another episode tonight. I'm excited to see it. Like I said, it better be movie night coming back from Casa and a voting.
I hope my Nicolandria buzz doesn't end after like a few short hours.
I know. Me neither.
Holding on to this feeling through the weekend before I see what happens tonight.
Right, right. Thanks for listening to another episode of Gossip Break. We hope it was the cherry on top of your day like it was for us. Make sure, as always, you're following us on all social media platforms: TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Threads. We're on all of them. So make sure you're there. We're so funny and amazing. Obviously, if you made it to this point, you already get that. So make sure you leave us a 5-star review. And I believe that's it.
Have a great weekend, girlies. We'll see you next week.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.